GIVI it is one of the oldest brands there is in the motorcycle industry. We are 45 years old. The company was started in Italy by Giuseppe Vicenzi, which was an ex-world racer. It is a company which is born from passion. All of the people which are working in our groups are motorcyclists, and it's based on the respect of the speed and the fact that when you're driving a motorcycle you need to be safe. We are different from anybody else in the business because GIVI, first of all, is the only manufacturer which is able to supply OEM almost every manufacturer of motorcycle in the world. We don't supply one company, we supply everyone. And we work in cooperation with motorcycle manufacturers to make sure that the products are safe. We are present in 97 countries in the world. We are the only company which manufacturing a 360 products in the way that we don't do boxes. We do fitting kit, we do plates, we do boxes, and we are doing it by engineering, not just by designing a simple box which you can put on a bike. And that is the principle of safety. This year, due to the trend of the market, particularly in Asia, we have noticed that there is more and more aluminium boxes being fitted on small capacity bike. That's extremely dangerous because an aluminium box is normally much heavier than plastic. And if you fit it in a small bike, then you will have a lot of vibration and the front will become lighter. It has been, unfortunately, over the last 2 or 3 years, become a problem. You can see more and more pictures and video of people which they lost the box because they simply do the box, they don't test it on the bike. So this year we spend a lot of time in trying to come out with something which is safe for small capacity bike. So we launched an aluminium range, the Matterhorn, which is specially designed for these bikes. And the difference is this is 25 to 35% lighter than any other boxes there is in the market. And that is without compromising the quality, but by using engineering more than using cheaper product. The aluminium is the same aluminium which you will find in our highest range, but on this one we're doing combination between nylon PP, which is the base and the top, which will absorb the vibration of the bike, and aluminium. And it is much safer and of course much lighter. And that's very important for the safety of the rider. Now this is the box which we're talking about. It's an aluminium box which is basically designed for small capacity bike. We have changed a traditional locking system. The locking is from the inside, but the beauty of this is that it is extremely light. Not because we're using light material, but because we're using a combination of material on the back, which is nylon, fiber, PP. This plate underneath here will absorb all the vibration of the bike in conjunction with the plate, and it makes it much safer for small capacity. Very often we see bikes using boxes which are not correct for the bike size. It is very important that you're maintaining a balance between the weight of the box, the weight of the loading of the box, and the bike itself. Otherwise your steering becomes too light, and in a case of a sudden movement you could lose control quite easily. In Asia, it is 90% their bike underneath the 200cc. So as a company, this is the reason why one of our largest factory is in Malaysia, which is producing most of the boxes which are for the Asian market. Why? Because we wanted to produce something which is safe for the lowest bike. To put a big 45-liter box on 125 bikes, it is not an ideal solution. Not if the box is not designed for that bike. So in our case, all of the boxes which you see in here, they are boxes which are designed to work in Asia, but they are dedicated to the small capacity bike. And that's the reason why we set up factories in Asia, in order to supply the correct service, the correct product, and the correct quality to the customer. It is unfortunate, we're seeing a lot of low quality, low prices entering not just Philippines, but most of the Asian market. A box is a box from the eyes of a motorcyclist. We are ourselves motorcyclists, but we also are engineers. So we know what the difference is. We do not compromise in the quality and safety of our products. So we manufacturing product which we can guarantee and is very safe. But the price, of course, and the spending power, it is very important. We ourselves try to create something new and old at the same time in order to give the quality and the safety which the customer requires. If you see this line here, which is called GIVI Collection, these one are boxes which have been present in our catalog for over 30 years. Now this box here is actually 35 years old. The reality is then after 35 years old, it's still on the road. So we want to give the possibility to the customer, yes, you can buy a cheap product. Yes, you can buy a cheap box, but a cheap box will not last you more than 2 years. This model here in Asia, there is 3.6 million boxes which have been sold over the year, and they're still on the road. So it's a compromise. As GIVI, there is one point which for us is very important. As a manufacturer, we are the largest manufacturer of boxes in the world, and we produce in our factory over 200,000 boxes a month. But that's a very small part of what is available in the market. Our credo and our philosophy is quality against mass production. We are not interested in big number. We are interested in producing products which they will last and they will give to the customer safety and long-term and service. And that's the difference between GIVI and many other companies.